Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, what we will be discussing would be about examples on operations on, on set. Okay, and to be specific, the first thing there would be four operations that we will be discussing today. The first one is the union of sets. The second one is the intersection. The next one is the complement. The fourth one is the difference. Okay. And to be specific, this would be our symbols for our set operation. Okay, so for the union, we will be using U. For the intersection, the inverted U. The complement, just simply a small letter C for a prime or a line above the set name, and then the difference is simply a simple minus sign. Okay, so before we start, let us give specific sets. First one, let me change the color on this one. Okay, first one we have set A, and let's denote the set A as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You will have also set B, which is of course 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You will also have set C. This is simply 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And set D, which is of course E, I, O, U. And then we have set A, B, C, D, E. We have set E, which is would be let's write it using the set builder notation X, such that X are all consonants. Okay, so now we have our operations and we have our example sets. So now let's try to solve for our given. So now let's try to solve for examples of different set operations. So for example, number 1. So if you are asked what is A union B, so what you simply have to do is you have to check the elements of A and the elements of B and simply put them all together in a single brace. Okay, so this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That would be for the elements of A. And since B has 4, 5 already, we don't have to write it again. So we just simply have to write here 4 and 5, and then we continue with the elements of B, which is 6, 7, and 8. And then close the braces. And that would be the union for A and B. Okay, so let's give another example for union. Say we have A union C. So what would happen here is I will list down the elements of A, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then the next one, we write down the elements of C. Since C, it has nothing similar with set A, then we just simply have to continue writing all the elements of C, which is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, I hope you follow for this one. Then of course, we have say what if we have 3 sets? We are taking the union of 3 sets. So what would happen would just simply be like this: A union B union C, meaning we will be combining all the elements of A, B, and C together. Okay, so let's write down first the elements of A, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now since an element for the set B, the elements of 4 and 5 is already in A, we continue with 6, 7, and 8. That is set B. Now for set C, we already have 6, 7, 8, which is also in B. So we continue writing as 9 and 10. Okay, so we can see that set A union C is actually equals also to A union B union C. But again, that is only for this example. It's not always true for the union of set A, B, and C. Okay, So the next one, I think we're done with the union. Okay, now let's say let's have the intersection. Example number 4. If I am trying to find the intersection of A intersection B, what I need to do here is I have to look for the elements that is similar between A and B. And if you will be looking here, the elements that is similar to B and A is 4 and 5. Okay, so the only elements that I need to write in this question, which is A intersection B, is just simply 4, 5. Next, let's proceed. Let's have another example. Say we are looking for the A intersection C. Now in this case, what I need to do is, of course, I need to look for the elements that is similar between A and C. So let's try to check. So for elements of A, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For elements of C, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you will notice, there is no similar elements between A and C. Therefore, if there is no similar elements, the only set that has no elements is called the null set. And this would be your answer. An empty braces or a circle or a 0 with a slash. So that is the symbol for null set. Let's move down a little bit and leave the sets above. So next, let's have an example. What if you have 3 or more letters, if some of you may ask? So maybe let's try A intersection C intersection say let's try A intersection B intersection C. Now when it comes to intersection, you do not you are actually looking for the common elements between them. Or you can actually do it like this. I will look for the similar elements between A and B. And then after that, I will list it down and I will look for the similar elements with C. Okay? Or you can just think of it like this. What are the elements that is common for every set? So let's try to check. A has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and B has 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? So let's check. One is in only 4 and 5 is in B, but 4 and 5 is not in C. Okay? So therefore they are not similar. Next one, let's check. How about B and C? The only elements that is similar in B and C is 6, 7, and 8. But the 6, 7, and 8 is not in A. Right? So again, only 4 and 5 is in B. But 4 and 5 is not in C. So therefore, there are no common elements between the three for those two elements. Now let's check B and C. Between B and C, the only common elements is 6, 7, 8, but not in A. Therefore, still no elements in common. It must be common for everyone. And let's check common elements between A and C. So, there are no common elements between A and C. Therefore, totally, there are no intersection between A, B, and C. Therefore, again, our answer is a null set. Again, what you need to do here is you need to look for the common elements between A, B, and C. Okay? Pag may isang nawala dyan, okay? What do I mean by may isa? Pag may isang hindi common sa lahat, automatic hindi na yun common. Okay? Hindi na siya similar, wala silang intersection. Basta mawalan lang ng isa. It must be present on all the three sets. So then again, the answer here is null, the braces with nothing in it, or the circle with a slash, null set. So what if, let's try to mix things up. What if I am trying to look for the A union B intersection C? So in these cases, if your given is has multiple of operation, what you need to do is you have to evaluate from left to right. Meaning, ito muna uunahin ko, the first relationship, which is A union B, and then I will get the intersection C. So what do I mean by that? So first, you get A union B. So what is the union between A and B? And we are aware that the A, I will write it in blue, I mean violet, okay, that the A union B is actually equals to 1, for a while, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That is A union B. And of course, after you have done that, you need to check now the A union B intersection C. Meaning, I will list down the elements of, this would be A union B, okay? And I will check the elements of C. What is the intersection between these elements and the elements of C? Okay, so let's check the elements of C, which is this one. The only common thing between A union B intersection C is just simply 6, 7, 8 still. So meaning, my A union B intersection C is just simply 6, 7, and 8. So again, ganito yung ginawa ko. Unti-unti ko siyang ginawa. Ang gagawin ko is I will simply take A union B separately and I will list down its elements. Yan. Tapos ngayon, kukunin ko yung intersection niya sa C. Intersection ng ano? Eto. So ang gagawin ko dyan, titingnan ko yung elements neto at i-compare ko dun sa elements ng C and I will check the commonality between them. Yung common sa kanila. And I will, of course, I will notice na itong 6, 7, 8, they are common. Therefore, this must be the intersection between A union B intersection C. So, anong nangyari? Unti-unti. Okay? So, again, for cases na magkaiba yung operation in this one, union and intersection, wag nyong sabay-sabay gawin. Ang gagawin nyo dyan is you have to do it one at a time. Okay? Isa-isa muna from left to right. So, meaning the answer for this case is 6, 7, and 8. Okay? I hope you got that. So, now let's, I will erase this one, by the way. Pwede naman siyang balik. Okay. This one. Okay. I'll just write that. Okay. So now let's have another example. What if we are now talking about complements? Okay. So when regards to complements, I will simply write our universal set. Okay, our universal set is just simply all. Let's just say our universal set is 1 up until 100. Okay. So 1 to 100 na yung universal set natin kasi it's a little bit big if you will include yung infinity. Okay. So what if I have a complement? When I say a complement, meaning I need to take all the numbers except for the elements of A. Or in short, ang gagawin ko dyan, sa Tagalog pala, ang gagawin ko, lahat ng numbers, kukunin ko bukod sa 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pero, ang titingnan ko na elements, yung pinakamalaki, yung universal set, is yung 1 to 100. Ibig sabihin, titingnan ko yung universal set which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, hanggang 100. Tapos ang gagawin ko dyan, since sabi nga dyan, complement, aalisin ko lahat ng elements ni A. So you have to check, ano bang elements ni A? Ito po, ang elements ni A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maaalis yan. So anong natira? 6, 7, 8, 9 hanggang 100. Okay? So if you will try to rewrite that properly, okay? Ang mangyayari sa elements ng A complement would just simply be starting from 6, 7, 8, 9 up until 100. So kahit saan kayo tumigil, pwede nyo gawin 6 hanggang 100. Okay lang. Long as again, ang nai-represent nyo na nawala si set A. Yun yung point ng complement, guys. Is nawawala yung set na may complement. Okay? So let's say we have another one. Number 9. Say we have C complement. Yung complement natin, again, it can also be written as A prime, okay, or C prime, okay? So maybe let's use for the C, let's use C prime, okay, C prime. Oops, sorry. So if I am looking for the C complement, I just simply have to write down all the elements of the universal set without the elements of C. At ang C ay 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, kasama si 1, si 2, wala kasi sa C yan, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kasama ba si 6? No, kasi meron siya sa C. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 hindi kasama. So, ang sunod natin is 11 na agad. Then, we have 12 up until 100. And that is C complement. Okay? So, what if we have this one? Let me zoom out a little bit. Oh, sorry. Okay. Let me zoom out a little bit. Para kita pa rin yung elements, and we can still of course right. Okay, say we have A union C parenthesis complement. So ang gagawin mo muna dyan, since parang order of operation, ang uunahin nyo yung nasa loob. So question ko muna sa inyo, what is A union C? A union C, ang sagot daw dyan is eto. I will box it first, okay? Eto daw yung sagot sa A union C. That is 1 to 10. At ang sabi daw dyan, pagkatas ko makuha yung elements ni A union C, yan. Aalisin ko yan sa may ating universal set. At ang universal set is 1 to 100. So, aalisin ko yung 1 to 10. Ang matitira is 11, 12, 13, hanggang 100. So, basically, A union C complement is just simply removing A union C from our universal set. Okay? I hope you got that. Take note po, ang complement lang naman po ang ginagawa, inaalis mo siya doon sa universal set. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? Next. So, tayo sa complement. Now, let's try the difference. Okay? Ang sabi naman sa difference is, you will just simply have to remove all the letters or all the elements from your previous set. So, for example, we have this one. A difference B. Ang A difference B is aalisin mo yung A doon sa B. Okay? I mean, baliktad pala. Aalisin mo yung B doon sa A. Eh, ang remember, ang elements po ng B is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, first, let's write it down. Ano ba yung elements ni A? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. At ano yung elements ni B? Ang elements ni B ay eto, yung nasa taas. Okay? Ito. Yan yung elements ni B. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, alisin natin yung 4. Alisin natin yung 5. Si 6 wala naman, so hindi mo nagagalawin. Si 7 and 8 hindi na rin, kasi wala naman siya kay A. So, anong natira? Ang natira ay C, 4, and 5. So, ibig sabihin, ang ating A difference B is just simply 1, 2, and 3. Another example. A difference D. Okay, nagamit na natin yung vowels. A difference D is just simply reducing the values of A, of the elements of A, by the elements of D. So, question, yung A, meron bang A dito? Wala naman. Wala ring E, walang I, walang O, walang U. Ibig sabihin, meron bang difference kung aalisin mo yung D dun sa A? Wala. Therefore, ang matitira would still be yung set A. Okay? I hope you got that. Oh, next, let's try number 13. I will zoom out again a little bit. Okay, number 13, what we need to do, ang given natin dito is C difference B. Ang C difference B ay just simply, you are removing the elements of B that is in C. Ang elements ng C is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, aalisin mo yung elements ni B, which is what? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, wala. 6, 7, 8. So, anong matitira? It's just simply 9 and 10. And that is C minus B. So, that is basically yung ating set operation. Okay? Of course, there would be mixture and that would be up upon you. Siyempre, we have to develop your critical thinking skills when it comes to this one. Kaya, I will be giving you some, I will let you experiment on the questions that I will be giving you in your examination. Okay? So I will be providing with you with an activity, and I do hope you get to answer it correctly. Okay? So thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum.